Judges, you've got everything in front of you. They have, each contestant has 10 minutes to present their business pitch. This little thing will go off, what it is, so when you have about 2 minutes, the yellow light will come on, and then when 10 minutes hit, it'll go red. That means your time is up.
Is the 10 minutes required?
No, that's up to you. Hang on, where I've been away, I've lost my definition.
Yeah, I thought it was 8 minutes, and
Yeah, I told, Jody that I'm in a good mood, and I'll give you that extra 10 minutes. I mean, extra 2 minutes.
I just need 8 minutes. I mean, I have
Okay,
mine.
that's
so-
fine, that's up to you,
Thank you.
totally up to you. After the 10 minutes, we'll allow you all a couple minutes to ask questions, to make sure that you're clear on what their idea and their plans are, for starting or growing their business, in Southwest Virginia. Contestants, when you start, please, say who you are, and that you, for their purposes, that they know you're a startup or existing. Okay, any other questions?
When do we hand our business plans?
To me, before you walk out the door tonight.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't look like it's working right, but always plan B. You got a phone, because I've had to reset it a couple times tonight already. I'll use the old trusty phone. So David, are you ready to start? Okay, it's all yours.
Hello everyone, my name is David Ratliff. I am a startup business. I plan on buying a hot dog cart and just going around to the different businesses like the courthouse, and I've talked to the law school and possibly setting up in town, maybe over different locations there. I would like to do up at Southern Gap Outdoor Adventures with all of their night rides and their festivals and stuff that they have up there. I plan on being able to set up there. I've already talked to Christy and I'm doing that. Really, we all like hot dogs. I mean, they're just what you grab and go. And I really feel like my business will go well for the simple fact of the location and the quality of the food and the service. Yes, you can go to Hardee's and get one through the drive-thru. You can go to Dairy Queen and get one through the drive-thru. But here, you know who it is. Not that you don't know those people there, but you know, it's going to be a little more personal and a little better quality in my mind, because I do use a specific chili. I use the Chili Man chili, and I'll offer like a regular basic hot dog for $2. Then I'll have an all beef hot dog for $3, and then the Johnsonville Polish kielbasa hot dogs for $4. They'll all be available in a combo pack as well, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink, for $5, $6, and $7. Basically, you know, you can get your basic condiments, ketchup, mustard, your onions, chili, slaw, everything that you like on your hot dogs. Kind of went a little blank. I plan on having, doing like a 5% growth. As I start, I plan on starting in July, because it just takes a little bit to get the cart made. It will be a brand new cart. It's not, one that someone has used and already had in business. I just prefer the brand new. But I've talked to the health department. They've already said that yes, that is something I can do. They've approved the cart. It's just basically getting the financing for it. If you all would like, I'll fix you a hot dog, and I've already got the Nathan's all beef hot dogs ready. We've got offered the chili and slaw and ketchup, mustard, onions if you prefer it. And just that's kind of all of my presentation. Didn't have a whole lot, and I'll be glad to make you one. What would you like?
Well, little children. That's it. No, I don't do it. Have one more.
Also on my cart, I'll have the different little containers. On my business plan, it shows the individual areas that, like the warmer and the cooking, and you do have to be Surf Safe certified, so that will be part of my certifications and availability to where I can be health department certified as well. Anyone else?
Y'all having one? Am I gonna be the only one?
No, we're gonna have one.
We're gonna have one, we just ate.
You should have been. Let's become hungry.
Well, while David's fixing the hot dogs, do you all have questions for him?
Cart you're talking about,
Yes.
be a little bit more specific. Is it gonna be a wagon or just a simple little small cart like you'd see in New York City on the street, or what would it be?
Close to that. It's not going to be quite as small as the ones from New York, because some of them are pretty compact. Mine will have a double steam pan, and which will allow for the large deep 6-pan cooking, a holding tray, somewhere to keep my buns warm so that they're not cold or soggy. And I'll also offer like melted cheese, and because chili cheese dog, that's always a pleaser. And I have a rack that they keep things cold, like my coleslaw and my onions and ketchup and mustard.
One-man operation, you gonna have a helper?
I'm sorry.
A one-man operation, you're gonna have a helper?
That depends. If doing a festival with large crowds, yeah, I most definitely will have a couple people helping me for sure.
Three of you all allowed to speak. I just thought I'd tell you.
Will this be your primary?
No, this will be a second job, just of the evening time to start off. I'll also, if the business is there, then I'll hire someone to run it for me during the day.
So the only thing you're gonna be selling will be hot dogs. There'll be nothing else in your business to help sustain it, other than the hot dogs?
Just the hot
Okay.
dogs, chips, and a drink to start with. And I also plan on in the future doing like drop-off catering, and with a commissary that will be made available.
How will you transport this car? Is it something you'll tow behind your truck, or?
Yes, yes. And I'll also have a trailer for like long distances to put it in, and have all of my supplies in there, like several coolers, of course, to keep things cold and then to get it there and cook it.
Will you cover that or something? And I'm just thinking, just this is a question, like if you're taking it somewhere that's yucky rainy this day, or
Oh.
is that gonna get muddy and dirty on your cart and stuff, so you'll
No,
have
it's an
covers
enclosed
before you get
trailer.
there?
That's part of the plan, is to get an enclosed trailer to
Okay.
have everything in.
We just want mayonnaise and chili on ours, please. And we're gonna divide it, so we just need one.
I didn't get mayonnaise,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
no.
Oh, just chili? Sorry.
We'll take chili then.
So one of you learned today already? Always have mayonnaise?
And then your fat girls show up and they want mayonnaise.
We got from it.
What would you like on yours?
Mustard and chili, please. And a little onion.
Onions are pretty
You
strong.
gave me a hard time on the onions. Well, it's just nobody else is eating. Billy, you gonna have onions?
Yes, ma'am?
Okay, thank you.
You want everything in the kitchen sink?
No, just a little bit. I'm a very clean person.
Now, have you already scheduled your Surf Safe classes?
I haven't yet. I have the paperwork.
Okay.
All I have to do is get that,
Where are they offering those classes at?
I do it online.
Okay.
You can do them online. You can take a class, but you either pay for a class and comes with a test, or you can go somewhere and take them. They'll just give you a book and you can do it all online.
What's your other job?
I am the lab manager of Fillmore Golf Club.
I wasn't supposed to ask that. You give me a dirty
No.
look.
No, I'm glad you
I
did.
carry pockets.
No, I'm glad you did. This is your opportunity to learn about the contestants. I don't care what you
Just
say.
aggravating you.
And why did you choose hot dogs? Is that just something that you like, or?
Well, of course I like them. But also, I lived in North Carolina for 16 years, and seeing all of the festivals that they have down there, and that's one thing that I didn't see was an actual hot dog cart. There's one in Winston-Salem, a lady that's been in business for several years and does very well, but of course that's in a city. I think hot dogs are good. They are very convenient. Everybody likes them essentially. You have a few strange people that don't, but for the most part, yeah, everybody likes hot dogs. They're
You make money
convenient.
on them.
Well, that's what my next question is. What do you think you're going to make? What will one hot dog cost you?
One hot dog,
$2 where you're not paying attention.
No,
No,
it'll cost
no.
us. I'm wanting to see what his potential profit. Well, I mean, is what I'm trying to.
Apologies.
I'm sorry.
my cost is 59 cents.
Okay.
That is fully loaded.
Okay.
That's
So we're
counting for the basic hot dog. It's like 63 cents for the all beef hot dog, and I'm thinking $1.12 for the Polish sausage hot dog.
It's a pretty good profit.
Yeah.
That's why I'll do the, well, take the hot dog.
Anyone else?
Give me a hot dog, a few buggets on,
Okay.
please.
Thank you. We're gonna be good with
You need some package of mayonnaise.
I'm playing.
I know, that's why I didn't do it.
Just onions?
Just onions.
You don't have meat all day, yeah, no.
Give it to the other end.
I don't put it in my mouth. All right. Now, is this hot dog steamed?
No, these are grilled.
Grilled. Okay.
That will be a part of my cart. They are, they'll be boiled in what typically called a dirty water. That's created with like a beef bouillon cube, some cumin, and just basically the juices and stuff from the hot dogs themselves. Then the cart that I want will have a grill, and I'll be able to grill them as well.
Thank you.
He's pitching hot dogs. How can you not know?
Do you have
Dave's dogs.
Do you have something, y'all have something to drink? Do you have something?
I'm good. Thank you, baby.
I have to,
I
I have
actually
to
have
stop
bottled
the towels.
water.
I'm on towels.
I'm a Pepsi.
have
It's so long, Jones.
You know where they are.
What do you want?
Chill.
I have bottled water in the cooler.
Should I have
if you
one?
like some.
Me too, please, since I've already borrowed Becky's. You might want to break Becky one too.
Thank you, sir.
Becky, I know you need one.
I
Thank you,
use
darling.
hers. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Get two, 'cause I have 4.
Okay.
Any other questions for Dave and Dave Dobbs? So that, well, you really can't sit up until,
I'll get out later.
no, okay.
Anything else?
Okay.
Any other questions?
I've got two sons that live in different cities, and they say food carts are everywhere.
Well, the thing about that,
Oh,
I mean, you got better classics,
supposed to
you got
leave.
a combination, you know, he fixes a hot dog, so he passes to flour line on your end. He can.
How can I help you? Anyone I can help?
And I'm down. Thank you.
Think about the express, like a little flat.
Hey, I'm just gonna
Group
send
of
you that
people that
my
will sit like or some kind of club that work. He's doing it for a living.
Right.
But I like it. And I love hot dogs.
Don't need napkins? You got it?
Just went to Japanese, or Chinese, I mean, you know.
I thought I'd use it.
No, me?
No, yeah.
Oh.
Thought it was well for
So it was
How
all.
about I set it out?
it. Lab.
Okay, thank you. Neat little table. Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank
You say when you're ready.
I actually need you to usher me.
Hello, yeah. Hello. My name is Chrissy Charles, and I'm the proud owner of Fired Up Pottery. And this will be for the startup business. Fired Up Pottery is a paint-your-own ceramic studio located in Buchanan County in the Grundy Plaza inside the marketplace. I'm also born and raised here in Buchanan County. Fired Up Pottery opened September the 10th of 2018 as a sole ownership, but I intend to change Fired Up Pottery to a LLC. We make about 80% of our biz ceramics in our home shop with the help of my husband Benji and our daughter Riley. From a 5-gallon bucket of slip, we're able to make 20 to 30 bisque items depending on the size. In this picture here, this is called greenware. This is after we've poured the slip and done all the work to the piece. At this point, they need to sit on the shelf and dry for 2 days. This is my kiln. After they've dried for 2 days, they're ready to fire in the kiln. This takes about 5 hours to get to the ceramic bisque that I sell in my shop. After we fired it, now all the sharp edges need to be removed, so we sand it. Actually take a Dremel to each piece, and there's a lot of work that goes into each piece. We sand, and then the piece has to be cleaned again to get all of just the dust off of the pieces. Then they're ready to go on my shelf in my studio, where I will sell them between $3 and $35. Fired Up Pottery is a 400 square feet studio where I can seat 30 people. Customers come in, they choose the item that they wish to paint. They pick out their paint. The thing different that Fired Up Pottery from other ceramic studios is we paint with a non-fire acrylic paint. So the customer is able to take the item home the same day that you paint there. You don't have to come back and pick up the item on another day. For $3, I provide a sitting fee, and that covers all the paint, the brushes, the overspray, and I do all the cleanup. We also do birthday parties at a group rate. We put the art in party. At Fired Up Pottery, we also do face painting and airbrush tattoos in studio. I also personalize candles as these here that you see. My target market is families, schools, and churches. Fun indoor activities to complement the recreation, such as ATV trails, the elk viewing, and the Breaks Interstate Park. It is also a wonderful place for businesses to come for team building projects. In this picture, this is a local vet's office that brought their employees to do a team building project. We are conveniently located in the tri-state area. Facebook results, my target audience in Virginia, Kentucky, West Virginia, and Tennessee is 91% women and 9% men. Advertising on social media, we have done Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. I've also done local newspaper ads. In this picture, I'm doing a radio advertisement. And I have a commercial at the local theater. Based on last quarter, 2018, I estimate sales for my ceramic items to be approximately 480 items. This is ranging from $3 to $35. My estimated revenue for year one, based on a 12 months, is annually $16,823. Year 2, that will increase by 2%. And year 3, increase by 3%. Local tourism's last economic impact, 2017, rose 3.2%. So we increased our sales by 2%. Competition, Fired Up Pottery is the only paint-your-own studio located in this area. The closest studio is within a 90-mile radius. That's Killing Time in Bristol, Tennessee. There they do use the paint with glaze to where you have to go back and pick up your item the next day. With mine, you are able to take the item home the same day. Short-term goals. I want to add shelves. I want a better paint selection with more colors instead of just 2 purples. I would like to have the rainbow. I would like to have every color there is in my shelves. I would like to build walls. I don't know if you have been to the marketplace, but there's 4 other businesses there, and I would like to build walls to kind of separate my shop. I would like to have a laptop for my POS system, and I would love to add wax hand art. Long term, I would love to hire more employees. I would like to purchase a bigger kiln, and I would like to expand my floor space for my studio. Funds from the Buchanan County Challenge would enable me to purchase a new kiln, molds, shelves, have a larger paint selection, wax hand art, increase my studio space, and add a laptop for my POS system. Here's a short video showing why Fired Up Pottery is important to our community. As you'll see, it's families having fun together, it's schools having field trips, and it's businesses doing team building projects. And the most of all, it is painting and making memories.
I think this would suit Becky's great.
Doing that, listen to him.
You tell her that.
I'm afraid she wasn't here. Oh, you tell her.
You ought to do this as suit your nerves.
He wants me to go do this.
You ought to do this as suit your nerves.
You've got a minute and 49
I take a
seconds.
feel for that.
Okay. Right here are some of the items that I didn't mention. This church we've made. We've also made this, and I've painted this myself. I also offer items some people don't like to paint, but they can come in and say, hey, I would like to buy that if you would paint it for me. So for $3 is all I charge, and I will paint the item for them. These are the candles that I make. I can personalize those with any picture. I also do sayings on the back of any sayings that you would need on the back of them. These are banks which I purchased. They're non-breakable banks for the little kids. And we also made, the coal miner is one of my biggest sellers, especially in this, everybody loves the coal miner. The coal mining hat that's in your all's bags, I actually make those by hand. Yes, yeah. And it's got,
Don't have to have a challenge, can I do it?
you can do that, yes.
I'm gonna see if you're a finished product.
But yes, so you all get to take those home. I supplied some paint and a brush in there. Each of the items that you all have there, we have made at our home shop.
One of the things you mentioned was taking it to like festivals. So right now in what we're seeing, your target is there in the shop at the plaza,
Yes.
in that store. So how is your plan to take it to festivals like the Breaks Park and stuff? Will you just rent a room like
for, say if someone they come in, a family, for the ATV trail. Well, it's raining, weather changed, it started raining, the wife and the kids are stuck in the hotel room, and she's going crazy because there's nothing in Buchanan County to do except for fire up pottery. So, the movies doesn't start until 7 at night. So during the day, this gives them an extra activity here in the county that they could come in to do.
Okay, so this was truly be based coming into your.
Coming into my shop, yes, yes. Mhm.
You need to increase your $3 fee, sister, if you're going to have to clean that up.
Well, I'll tell you a little story about that. I actually, when I first started my business, I had it at $5, and I thought that was a reasonable amount. For some reason, people was complaining. People were like, $5 to paint that? And I don't, so I come down to $3 because it was a lot of people. I just had, $5 is too much. $5 is too much. Do I think so? No, because apparently they haven't went to, Gatlinburg and painted because it's very expensive. So, but I'm able to make money the way that we're doing it. It's working.
Will they let you put walls up there where you are now?
Yes. Yeah. The bookstore that's there, he already has walls and he has a door where he can lock. But yeah, they will let us put up walls. You can't attach anything to the floor, but you can. It is possible.
How long did it take you to paint that?
To paint this?
Yes.
About 2 hours.
You got 3 hours, or $3 for.
You got $3.
$1.50 an hour.
Yeah.
Come on, girlfriend.
Yes.
I like at least the $5 ideal too.
Yeah.
But I can imagine people complain.
Yes. That's just like with my face painting. If someone hires me to come to a face paint event, I don't do it. It's $100 an hour is what I get paid to face paint. But for some reason, they just don't. And like with this is $25, and then I charge the $3 to paint it. I don't think it's bad, but for some reason it's. I do. I get a lot that was complaining about it. So.
And how long did it take coal mine?
The coal miner was about the same. I've seen some people come in and they can paint it within an hour. And I tell people it depends on how detailed you want to go with it. You can come in, slap paint on it, and it not look good. I'm really picky, and so I try to get all my lines even and everything on my pieces.
Do you have your literature and stuff already out, like at the breaks and the Comfort Inn and Spearhead Trails, like business cards or something?
I do have business cards, and one of the pictures that you saw was a team building project that Southern Gap came down, and they all painted Christmas trees, and the Christmas trees went in all of the, it's not campers, but it's the cabins that's there. And then they took my business cards and set beside of each of the pieces so people would know. And I'm also a member of the chamber, and I think they're going to be doing a flyer, is that correct, Mary? And I will be listed in that also, that will go on Southern Gap.
Can I see your hand?
My candle? Yeah.
So you fire all your pottery at your home shop?
Yes.
And then transport it to the
Yes.
plaza?
I wrap it, and I have about 4 of those crates. And
Do you see that changing in the future, that where you could fire them on,
yes, I would
location?
like to. Where I'm located right now, I'm not allowed to have my kiln there, so they won't let me fire there.
Okay.
But he did say, in the near future, there was other locations in Grundy. Right now, my rent is so well there. It's.
That was one of my questions in your revenue. I didn't know what kind of rent, so this, and of course, I can't see. When you're doing your estimates, does that allow for your rent and insurances and things like that?
Yes, my rent is actually $250.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing. That covers my power, my internet, my water, and my trash bill
Wow.
for $250. Yes.
That's good rate.
Are you locked in with that for a set time of year or something, or?
It's on a monthly basis. We're on a monthly lease. With that, if I want to change locations, I have to give them a 15-day notice to change locations.
Just can't have the kiln down there because of insurance purposes?
Yes. Yeah.
How much does that raise your power bill, like at your house, in your
It actually didn't raise it that much like we thought it was going to. It raised about $20. So it's not as bad. And that's something also, if we were painting with glaze paint, we would have to fire these pieces for 12 hours. But where we're painting with acrylics, I only have to fire them for 5.
Is that the reason you went with the acrylic paint instead of the glaze? I mean, I know you can take them home the same day.
Right.
I mean, I know there's several things, but
One of my biggest reasons why I didn't do glaze is where I'm having to transport them so much. So this was my thing. When I have went, before I started my business, loved going to Gatlinburg to paint. I would spend 5 hours painting, say, an angel. And I just got thinking, gosh, people would be really mad at me if I broke their piece traveling with it after they've sat and painted for that long. So that's kind of why I decided to just go with the acrylic. Everyone seems like they like that better. They like that, you know, they've got their kids. They don't want to have to get them back out another day to run back in just to pick up a piece.
They may not be in town another day either, to
Yes,
come back and
yeah.
get it, if they're just here visiting.
Yeah.
What's your average traffic flow during the week?
Right now my hours, I'm in every day except for Sunday and Monday. Tuesdays, it's slow. Some days, I don't even see people. I mean, they may come into the other shops, but really Tuesday, and I've been thinking about changing my hours on Tuesday. On the weekend, this past weekend, we had 8 people paint on Friday. I had about 10 people come in and paint on Saturday. And on Sunday, I did a birthday party for 21 people. Well, that was there that actually sat and painted.
Birthday parties seem to go over pretty well. I mean,
Yes, yeah, it actually works out really good. They had 21 people show up. They booked for 25. They have to pay half down. If by some chance they cancel the party, they can reschedule, but say they just want to cancel and not, have their party there, then that money they pay down is non-refundable.
like,
And I let them choose their piece. If there's a piece in studio that they like, if I have a 2-week notice, I can get as many as they need. If it's a piece that, like with this little girl, she wanted banks, piggy banks, that was flower piggy banks. So from one of my suppliers, I was able to order the banks and have them shipped there in time.
Yeah, your wife and I would have been all over this, just so you know.
well, I appreciate it.
I think we need to, I guess, let you start setting up.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
If you want to, you just grab some.
Reminds me of my old hacking days.
See, I'm just doing the opposite. I'm putting participants' name down. I'm not putting my name down at all.
honey, you gotta claim it if you're gonna score.
She said she didn't put your name down. I'm gonna put Mary's name down. Mary.
I just always put it down. Right? Let's cheat. How are you scoring yours? I think you're an easy judge. I think I'm a hard judge. I didn't cheat it. I saw yours.
I'm really leaving mine blank. Only 3 of y'all fill mine out.
Okay, that'll work.
Hello, everybody.
Wait just a second.
Oh,
Wait just a second. He said, we'll work on it. Let's see, do you wanna expand that? Make it bigger?
well, no, I gotta click on my video. There's a whole bunch of videos there.
Hang on.
I
Are you ready to start?
was in this kind of business. She better-
Really? This?
Hey, everybody, my name's Manuel Ponce.
Really?
This is for a startup. I'm gonna start my video. It's gonna explain a lot of my my whole project here, okay?
Becky almost burned that family. With otter people. But
It's my logo. It's a taco, letter D, and an I, which stands for Taco de Ojo, which means eye candy. Eye candy is means a lot of stuff, especially in Latin culture. There we go. See, everybody knows what McDonald's is, and it's good. You're on a budget. Sure, McDonald's. You can go and grab yourself a burger, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nowadays, it's what kids love. Kids love burgers. I love French fries. I go there just for the French fries. Pizza Hut. And we got Pizza Hut. I love pizza, but I love Chicago pizza because I'm from Chicago. If my accent's a little too thick, I'm from Chicago. And who doesn't love pizza? Taco Bell. I admit I went there a couple times for crunchy tacos, but Taco Bell isn't real tacos. I don't know if you knew that. I want to make tacos great again. I want to open up a food truck, and not only tacos, but it's going to have sandwiches. It's going to have pulled pork. It's going to have desserts you never heard of. I brought some, by the way. This is my food truck, and the reason it's got all the colors is because of Latin culture. We have they use a lot of different colors, and that's a 3D object. It's not a real truck. It doesn't exist yet. And I tried to slow it down as best as I could, so a little grainy there. But in the Latin culture, a lot of colors to attract the people to come try out the food. Or to the Latin culture, the music's real vibrant, real uplifting. It's not really sad, so they want you to be happy all the time. So that's my logo, and it's not the logo I had in the beginning. This is like, it's got 10. It went to 10 fixings. It didn't start like this. That logo, the original logo, is 26 years old. It's old, really old. So my idea started years ago in Chicago. As you can see, it's a step band. Typical food truck step band. These are some of my dishes that I've made over this year only, just this year. My wife is my #1 food critic. If she likes it, she takes a picture of it. If she doesn't like it, she never talks about it. And we got empanadas, we got some Mexican steak, we got some tamales, we got some soup. That's a real good soup, by the way. And we have flautas, we have flan. I don't know if you ever heard of it. And that's Puerto Rican rice right there. I'm not Puerto Rican, but I love the culture. And the reason I show this, because this is my old neighborhood in Chicago. I grew up right there. Well, I didn't grow up there. I stayed there for 10 years in this building right here on the 2nd floor. So she's going to my old restaurant where I used to live on top, and that's what I'm going to have on my food truck. That's why I posted that there. So Taco de Ojo, it's for a food truck. And like I said before, Taco de Ojo stands for eye candy. And I want the food not only to look good, but to taste good. And think of a food truck with comfort food. Cuba, Puerto Rico, Mexico. And in the Spanish culture, that's what it means. It means eye candy. And another thing is that there is no Caribbean restaurants in this area. And I wanted to do a pay it forward program. So if you were to be kind to somebody and buy them some food, I would go ahead and reward you. So I wanted to do a pay it forward program for the homeless. I want to start Caribbean food in this area, help my community, donate to teachers and students, and I want to target not just one type of crowd. I want to target families, singles, couples, and couples in their young 20s. So basically, I want to target everyone. My competitors right now is Taco Bell. I provide the real tacos at better portions. Sombrero is that Spanish place over there by Walmart, but they don't have Caribbean food. I do. Originally, this was supposed to be a brick and mortar, but I scratched the idea. That's why I left the store. Because there was a lot of abandoned places. And me and my wife were saying, it would be a perfect restaurant right here. It would be a perfect restaurant. How come somebody doesn't open a restaurant? So I'll be selling all these unique foods from my food truck. Not every single food that you can be sold there. Just we're gonna have about 15 items. That's it. And I'll be using Google, Facebook, Twitter for marketing. And I'm also gonna advertise on the tourist magazines and even newspapers. Financial predictions of revenue. We're gonna have expenses and profit. Basically, I'll probably break out even the first year. And I did pass the Serve Safe. Not only did I pass the Serve Safe, I'm also a proctor. I'm gonna have those shirts, and those are gonna be for people that spend $30 or more, they'll get a shirt. $50 or more, they'll get a hat. Why a food truck? It's mobile. It's not gonna be in one area. You can be in many different places. You can be in festivals. You're gonna be in front of some guy that's in business for 20 years, and he needs people to walk in there. He needs traffic. He needs foot traffic. I can provide that. With a food truck, once they smell the flavors, what kind of job is it going to create? It's going to create, first and foremost, I'm not going to be able to touch money, so it's going to create a cashier job. That person has to be knowledgeable with numbers, customers, making the orders, and also make sure that they're calm and ready for their food. It might take some time. Just tacos? No, not just tacos. Just because it has a taco here doesn't mean it's just tacos. It's a saying. It's like saying Olive Garden. Olive Garden, they don't just sell olives or salads. They sell a lot of stuff. What's in it for Grundy? For Grundy, it's going to have more foot traffic, more people coming in, more tourists. And once you start tasting the food is going to bring them back to Grundy. Where to sell? That's a good question. Wherever the health department and wherever the town wants me to sell, that's basically where I have to get in. If I can't sell in some places like in Chicago, I'm not going to get fined $1,000 again, so I'll sell wherever they want me to sell. The food is boss. The food has to be good. My name is on it. Grundy's reputation is on it. And it always has to be up to my standards. My standards are high. I won't eat nothing if it doesn't taste good. I'm not going to serve you something that doesn't taste good. That's why it has to be boss. And once people start saying, oh, and here we go, a Cuban sandwich. A Cuban sandwich, very popular in Chicago, although I don't serve it with potato chips. The reason I put the potato chips there is because I couldn't find plantains. And without further ado, I give you Cuban sandwiches. Cuban sandwiches are ready, and pulled pork tacos are ready. That's the end of my my pitch. It was 8 minutes long, and that's it.
Okay, but this is gonna be a truck. It won't be stationary, even if Mr. King wants you to stay one place, you'd be able to go somewhere else, right?
I can compromise. I can compromise if he wants me to stay in front of the Walmart all 24 hours a day or whatever the amount is. But I like going around everywhere so people can taste the foods. Because
Mr. King get to decide?
well, what if you got a guy that just came out of Iraq and he's missing a leg or he's missing 2 legs? He can't go over there by Walmart. He's gonna want to say, well, can't this guy go over here by this festival so I can see him? You know, and I like being mobile so I can reach everybody. And I want to hit a home run with people. I played baseball all my life. I played football all my life. I played basketball. I used to dunk until I was 40. I'm 52 years old right now. I used to dunk until I was 40. A lot of guys used to see me dunk and they go, man, you can jump really high for somebody in their 30s. I said, I'm 40 years old. But
What do you do here in the county now?
I'm not doing anything. I don't have a job.
So this will be your primary?
I actually had an interview with Sears because I'm a repairman. I'm a appliance repairman.
Okay.
So I do have a certificate. I'm HVAC. I have an HVAC
So will this,
certification. Plus, I also have a. I'm sorry.
so will this truck become your primary
Primary means of funding of
for your family or?
right. Been in Buchanan County for 1 year. And that same year, my little one was born. So I'm trying to generate some money because I used to be the only one making the money at home, the breadwinner. And the thing was, I didn't get fired for something I did. I got fired because that company changed their policy. When I first met my wife, I was taking care of her kids. We weren't married yet. So the company, I used to take care of her kids for a company. But once that company found out that I was married to her, I couldn't be employed anymore. So they let me go. Nothing that I did. But just because I'm from Chicago doesn't mean we're all criminals. Any questions?
Are you gonna open up any kind of restaurant, or are you gonna wait till you have enough funds to come up with some money for a food truck?
That's a good question. I am in the process of fixing my credit. My credit's not good, and I have a company right now that I hired that's helping me work with my credit, and my credit went up a couple points in the past 3 months since I've been coming here, and hopefully we can work out the other stuff. The bad problem was it was through a divorce, and I wound up being homeless, living out of my van, but my credit cards were still being used by my wife. So, and she never made the payments because she said, well, this guy's never going to have a job. He doesn't care. He's going to die in the street. And I'm still alive. But that is my plan. And without further ado, we have Cuban sandwiches. Oh,
Of course. I didn't eat. See?
Mark, look,
You had to. He came home wrong night.
oh, he came on the wrong night.
And he's up to eat.
And he done moved on there.
Said, call me when you leave and I'll give you some food if you're ready. I don't think I'll get that.
Do you press your Cubans?
huh?
Do you press your Cuban sandwiches?
Oh, yeah.
Do you?
They have to be pressed.
What type of sausage do you use on your Cubans?
Sausage?
You use sausage on your
No, there is no sausage. Just pulled pork.
pulled pork?
Yeah.
Do you want them up there to make your own or?
They're already made.
You never had a Cuban?
They're already made. You just.
I want to have one, thank you.
Yes, Mother.
No, you have to have a whole week.
No,
Actually, not. I
I
got a
want
warmer
one.
on there. And if you want to. Sure.
Okay, now why are you giving your shirts and hats away, just for an
I'm
advertisement?
giving them away for free advertisement. That's right.
I like that.
I like making people pay for them.
Well, you can't. I mean, that's why I used to like a restaurant in Chicago called Leona's. I mean, they were giving away free. They were giving away free T-shirts just for. Yeah, they're pretty hot. Be careful, they're really hot.
Lord have mercy, we can all eat on this. So how much is this gonna sell for?
Well, that's just a portion. A real Cuban sandwich is going to sell for $8.
And there'd be 2 of those?
Those tortillas are pulled pork. If you want to top them.
This would be
Oh,
like
that
half
was
a
like this
sandwich.
big.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that would be like this big.
That looks
I
delicious.
got that out with that, I can work today.
Gotta have it.
Sorry.
Yeah, we've been hearing about them for a while now, so.
There's Tom's right here. There's Tom's right here. And, we don't put salad on the top. We just put onion, cilantro, and lime.
Sausage, and you get cheese on them or whatever. Usually delicious.
Oh, yeah.
She'd always say, press it hard. They loved her. When they seen her coming, they knew what she was
Anybody been
coming
to
after.
Chicago?
I have been.
yeah,
It's a long
That
time.
was that lady that was showing my old building where I used to live at. That's Walter Payton's daughter.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if you old Walter Payton. I was scouted for the Bears. I don't know if it's gonna.
Wow.
I was scouted for the Bears.
Looks up there. Delicious.
Is it good? Is it
I
good?
think it's been
Oh,
much more. I
pork
got
is-
like 1,000
yeah.
at home.
That's
It's
so
so
good.
good.
That
Oh,
is,
pork
oh, is
belly.
that not pork?
He's done a pork
Pork's
up there
good.
in the side. But this
Mary,
is
how come you
maybe-
can't cook like this for the chamber meeting?
Well, we know
Maybe
someone's
we
gonna
could
be
hire
doing
him.
that.
This is just a sample. A real Cuban sandwich is like this big. You're gonna have to take it home.
I know, I saw that.
Try it, you won't just think just a little. You'll eat the whole
There's a
thing.
small one there. A small one.
I'm eating Becky's.
You don't eat pickles?
I just about ate so much I can't eat them this.
There's 11 herbs in that pulled pork that I can't tell you all the herbs. You'll find them out. You'll find out which ones they are.
Oh, pork's
But
good.
there's
really
11
good.
herbs in that pork.
It's really good.
I'm sorry Sean's not here. Because he'd been waiting for this.
Uh-oh, I got pork on my
Wait
neck.
till you try that other one, the one they showed you. It's called the jibarito. That's even better than this. That's like 5 times better than this one.
Yeah, Peg just needs to be a cooker, as my daughter would say.
Mary used to have chamber meeting tomorrow to everybody's leftovers.
Dave, did your dad leave?
Becky, you be sure to get something to take home for Sandy.
I will.
He'll starve.
You ought to get it, you ought to get it now. Well, he has to tear down.
She don't take care of Sandy. What are you talking about? He
Oh,
starved.
good job, I'm proud of you. You just say when you want to start.
Love the gold turtle. That is awesome. I love the gold turtle.
You just do
winning.
it like you, change it like you would a book.
Yeah, it's like it's a
You just,
trophy.
you just say when. You ready? Are you,
Mary's got her mouth.
so you ready?
My name's Jody Bostic, President and CEO Mountaintop Designs right up the road here. We're already an established business. I'm not new, been around for a little while. Actually, we started in the year 2013. Started really out of a necessity. Spent 15 years in the coal industry, and that's when a shaky time started to come about with coal. People were getting laid off, hours cut back. So I started to see my hours get cut back. We're just trying to figure, out a way to make up for that. And that's just how we got started. We thought, I bought a t-shirt press. Was planning on working festivals, fairs, things like that on the weekends, just whatever I could find, just make a few extra $100, just to try to make up for what we lost. First time we set up was Buchanan County Fair. I got the heat press, got some prints, and this was the first coal keeps the lights on. I thought, everybody's going to go for this, because coal's in trouble right now. So we go up there, we sell several of those shirts, but I did notice that a lot of people were asking, can you personalize? We want a shirt that's got Johnny's name and number on the back and says my heart's on that field, that sort of thing. So a lot of feedback from people want personalization. So we're thinking maybe we need to go a little step further, get a little bit more personal with people. We go and buy a vinyl cutter, and also get into the rhinestones. Start more personalized decoration. with rhinestones, cut out glitter vinyl, personalized shirts, that sort of thing. With that, we end up having people call, say, you know, hey, their youth group's going on a trip. We need some T-shirts for them. Can y'all do that? Well, yeah, we can do that. And Grundy High School, they said, we need shirts for our yearbooks. Staff, can you do that? So, sure. So we're starting to take on orders like that. And as those orders come in, you know, we're still doing the single shirts, getting busy with that, and those are really getting our name out as far as the single type shirts, personalization stuff. We started up a Facebook page real early, taking pictures of everything that we were doing, getting it out there, and people see, I like this shirt, but I want it in my team's colors. So we start to see that sort of thing. Then we take on a pretty good size order with the high school up here. They wanted some jackets. First they were talking about doing a print, and then call me. I got the jackets in. They call me and say, hey, is there any way you can embroider these? I'm like, uh-oh. So I had already been asked about embroidery 2 or 3 times, turned it down, sent it away. I just couldn't do it. Something I wanted to do because I seen there was a demand for it. And, you know, I was looking at machines, just wasn't ready to just jump into that. But when this order came about, I said, can you wait a month? You know, I said, I'll get the machine, get the learning curve took care of. If you can wait, I'll go ahead and do it. So they said, yeah, we're in no hurry. I get the embroidery machine in. We start with embroidery, do personalization, like the headbands, the jacket, start doing monograms. A lot of that sort of things was with the monograms. So we've added that onto our plate, and I saw that, you know, if the embroidery machine can pay its own way, I'm fine with that. That's all I want it to do, is doing things that I wasn't able to do before. It was paying its way, doing good with the embroidery machine, getting it up and going, and I'm starting to think, you know, what else can we do with the heat press and other things. So with that, I saw the girls brought a trophy in. It had a nameplate on it. I seen that, you know, the nameplate was like sublimated on there, and that's something I could do with the heat press. I thought, well, I can make trophies. So I start getting, searching all that. Southern Gap Raceway up here, we get to do the trophies for them for the season of 2016, or no, 2014, the year after. So we're doing all this still out of the house, doing the trophies now, doing the sublimated type personalization items, trying to really stick to personalization, make it unique, make it your own. This is a picture slate right here that we've done. You can put pictures on mugs and mouse pads and just blankets, just all kinds of different things that we can do with that. So here we've got all that going. I'm still hitting every festival, ball tournament that I can hit. Working out of the back of the vehicle at the time, packing all I can pack to these places. I get to where it's just killing me, loading and unloading. And we go and invest in the trailer. This is set up, power's running through it, tables set up, shelves in it. I can pull off the side of the road and pull the generator out and start making a shirt. So we got that up and going, and then things get really, really busy for us at the house. And then I've been laid off twice in this amount of time, and the third layoff's coming. I thought, man, this is getting really, really close. And you know, what do we want to do? So I'm starting to see the little cricket craze happen. People starting to make their own shirts. And you know, if somebody puts a store in doing the same type of thing I'm doing, you know, we're done. So, you know, we bite the bullet. I get laid off the third time. We open the store up, move all my T-shirt equipment into the store, and then at that time it's like, well, we've got this space now. We're going to have to try to sell some stuff, you know, extra to help cover the rent and the expense of coming out of the house. So that was my goal at the beginning, was just the retail part, to just try to cover the rent. So we get moved into the store. I'm asking around, you know, kind of what does people like? What do you look for when you go to Myrtle Beach, when you go to Gatlinburg? What are you looking for? And that's where a lot of our gifts end up coming into play of what we've chose to put into the store. A lot of thought has to go behind it, because you know, when you sink your money into something, you're going to sit there and look at it if it don't sell. So here we go, when we get our first gifts in the store. People told me they wanted some bereavement wind chimes, so we take to the funeral home. Those still do really good today. Those do good, and that's just some of the stuff right here that our first items that we got into the store. So as we sell, we buy, we sell, we buy, we're just going through all that. A laid off coal miner don't get any help from a bank. They just laugh at him, you know, and it's the truth. I hadn't, you know, that's it. You know, it's just, as we sold it, we bought more. We sold it, we bought more, and just kept working on filling the store up every chance we could, you know, buy new stuff. We go to the gift market, and we actually opened the store up on our anniversary, 15th anniversary, the third day of March 15. And 16, I'm sorry. In 17, January 17, we go to the gift market, run into some companies that are going to allow us to buy on terms for 30, 60, 90-day type things, so we can get some more stuff into the store, get selling it, you know, get more people in there looking at some of our gifts. We're looking for a lot of things. I can embroider a lot of this stuff, making it personalize it, because, you know, people want personalized stuff, and that's a lot of that's what we look for, is things that we can personalize with our embroidery machine. They still just a lot of our gifts that we've got. Okay, the gift shop gets full. Now we're thinking we're out of room. We've done knocked the one wall out to make where we're at bigger. So we're looking. We need more space. I've had a few people say they're kind of going out of their way to come to me because I'm up here on Route 83 beside the DMV. I'm thinking if I can get between Food City and Walmart on 460, things are going to get a little bit busier. And this is just more gifts that we had gone in the store. So things get busier for us. We decide, you know, to go ahead and move to our current location, which is the old event center up beside Coal Country Inn near Magic Mark. These are some of the willow tree pieces. I've got like over 100 of those up there right now. Those do really well. But we you know, stores getting just stuff was just back there where you couldn't see it all. So here we go. We open up down here at the event center, get moved in, and I've got one whole room that is just devoted to Simply Southern. They got I have over 80 different styles of shirts, their shirts in up there that I can put in stock. One whole room for them. Then I've got, actually we bought enough with Simply Southern that we got the Golden Turtle Award when we went down to Atlanta last January. So I've just expanded with everything else that I've got. I've even with like the funeral things that we can take and just set up at the funeral homes. I've tried to look to get things for each group, you know, age group. But I saw that, you know, before we left the house, and even while once we got moved into the store at the DMV, I was already got my foot in the door with places like Twin Valley, Grundy, Hurley, Council, the law school, pharmacy school, coal companies, churches, just all kinds of different sports teams that had come back to me from the year before. So I felt pretty secure with what I had with them. But they end up with our future plans. Here's what our future plans are. We're going to use the money to help expand, build on to our inventory, and to I want to get online. I want to get everything in the store online where people can go to the bathroom in the privacy of their own home and be on their phone and be ordering stuff from my store. So, you know, that's where I'm looking at getting, and I want to be able to hire somebody to help come in the mornings, help me package what's sold overnight and get it out the door, and then also for them to learn how to embroider and make the shirts. So that's their direction that we're heading.
So how many embroidery machines do you have?
I have two now.
Okay, well, how many needles?
Well, it's got it'll hold 16 colors, 16 needles on it. I've got I went and got a second embroidery machine after we got the first one paid off. That way I can do our biggest hat order's been 2,500 hats. I can do those second machine.
So you can pretty much do hats, shirts, everything then.
Well, if I can get it on the machine and feel comfortable that it's not going to come off the machine while it's sewing, I'll do it. A lot of different things that we can embroider.
You do that yourself, or?
Me and my wife helps me. She does a lot of the computer work, getting the things set up for the machines. She's really good at the computers part.
You design things for people. If I came in there and said, I'm going to have a family reunion, can you help me come up with something,
Yeah.
design it?
Yeah, and over since 2013, we have got a huge file of just things that we've already done in the past. And now we've got to where we can show people, like, here's something I've done 3 or 4 years ago for somebody, they really liked it, and, you know, and be able to use some of our own designs we'd used in the past and not have to recreate something, something new, which cuts back on a lot of computer times.
I hope you can keep your threaded better than I keep mine threaded.
What kind of turnaround, if someone says, I need shirts next month, what kind of turnaround do you do? If I need 50 shirts?
I usually, when somebody comes in to order shirts, that's what I find out, when you need them. First thing I find out, especially Christmas time, because it ends up turning into like an emergency room of who needs what when, who do I need to be working on first. This person don't need theirs till the end of the month. I'm not going to pass somebody up that wants something next week because I got somebody that needs something at the end of the month. You know, I got to try to prioritize everything. Normally, if you come in today and you're wanting 50 shirts, whatever, 50, 100, 200, whatever, I usually have about two days shipping on the shirts most of the time. So the quickest I could get it around 2 days, you know, and I would have to just put other stuff on hold. I mean, I'm just making you a special person and getting you in there. But most of the time, a week is like kind of what's comfortable. I can get the shirts ordered and just get ready and just kind of work it in. But we can do things quicker than a week if we need to, but 1 to 2 weeks. And that depends on, too, if we're really, really busy, you know, it might just take 2 weeks or something, just whenever, what our load is at the time.
Do you get a lot of your assistance from, like you were just saying, that a lot of these are buy on the term things, or are most people that you sell their stuff for, like Simply Southern and things, do they help you a lot with that?
Yeah.
Term?
A lot of these companies are, once we got to go to Atlanta to that gift show, it's huge what's down there, and that's where there's just so many different things we've seen that we like, we'd love to get, but we just can't right now. But those getting to go down there, that after we opened the store in March of 16, when we got to go down there in January of 17, that really helped us to go down to that gift show and meet these companies and get signed up with them and just get us some. We was able to bring in a whole lot of inventory after we went to that show, just because of being able to get on, set up on their terms and be able to get it in the store. I mean, if you don't have it, you can't sell it. So, you know, we're able to get a lot of stuff in the store that way.
Any other questions? Okay, thanks. I guess the other housekeeping thing is, did everybody bring their 3 copies of their business plans? I will need those to take. The judges need a few minutes to huddle. Got any ideas how we can handle it?
We can, they can sit at the conference table.
Well, there's room.
No, I meant before, the judges can sit at the
We can.
conference.
We can sit
Okay.
outside, but that would probably be.
No, it's raining.
It's
You don't want to do
raining.
that.
Okay.
Well,
We won't need to sit or anything.
We'll just
in
close
here.
the
We've
door.
got stuff on the coffee table.
Well, David's going to
stay
move it.
We can
But
stay.
first of all, thank you for your time again, for judges.
Well, thank all of them for coming and being interested.
Oh, thank you.
So the forecastings and the business meetings.
I guess we are.
I can huddle around like
I am. I just have to get up with my knees if it's taking me.
Challengers, I'm going to miss you every Thursday night.
We'll be taking our
Surgery's
trash.
on 2 of them already.